Hi everybody, it's Monica Heltz with your daily Fishers Health Department update for Friday, August 28th. So good news today, our percent positivity on both measures, our county rate and our testing site data, are both under 5%. And you can find those rates on our community dashboard. We have our county rate at 4.2%. And on our Fishers testing site data dashboard, you can see our testing site rate at 4.86%. Our case rate is still pretty high. It's at 19.51, but I believe that we crested about 4 days ago, and we're headed back down. So I expect that to continue to decrease. So for that reason, I'm turning our arrow around today because we are headed in a good direction for the health of our community. So again, turning that arrow around today. I expect that we'll be probably in yellow early next week, but I'll keep you updated on that. I just would like to see a little bit more definitive decrease on the case rate before I do that. So just be aware of that. And then I'm also aware that the state just put out some new metrics of theirs. That's great. I'm glad that the rest of the state now has some metrics to use. It of course would have been nice for us to have had that as well. And that was, one of the reasons that we created the metrics for the Fishers community was because we saw that there was a need, and now the rest of the state is benefiting from that structure too. I know that there are some differences in the metrics. Anytime you have two different organizations creating something like that, you're going to see some differences. So just please know that we're analyzing that. We'll come out with some more definitive guidance because the state's metrics are primarily for schools, and we know that there are some discrepancies. We feel really good about our metrics that we have had in place for Fishers, but we do recognize that the state has now come up with these new metrics and that there are some differences. So again, we're analyzing those, and I'll keep you guys updated. As far as testing capacity, like I said, we have plenty of testing capacity. If you feel the need to be tested, just come on out and utilize these services. We are starting to offer testing for ages 5 and up, and that will start on Monday. You can start registering on Saturday. So tomorrow, Saturday, August 29th, you can start registering anybody ages 5 and up at our testing site. So we will be having a video on our website for the children to watch, and we would strongly encourage you to have any children getting tested watch our video prior to their testing appointment, probably several times. Make sure they're comfortable with the concept of the testing. It is just a nasal swab, so it's just in the inner part of your nostril, and they will rotate that swab on each side a few times. So they should be comfortable with that. We're not going to be holding anybody down and forcing them to get tested. They need to be a willing participant. So the video will walk them through that process and hopefully make them feel comfortable. Like I said, you might want to have them watch it a few times before you bring any of your 5 or uppers in for testing. They also need to be sitting in an outside seat, so something near a window. We're not going to be crawling into your car to get the testing done. So make sure they're in a seat that's near a window so that we can safely get to their nose. So that's the big news for today on the testing. We're also working on further increasing the capacity for testing as well, and I'll keep you guys updated when I'm able to say something about adding an increased lane. So at least for now, the testing is still for Fishers residents only, but we are working on an option for other folks who utilize the Fishers site, and for some of the unincorporated areas of Fishers who might attend HSE schools. Like I said, we're in the process of getting through a second option for those folks. So be aware that that's coming, and I'll keep you guys updated. And let's see. I think that's all the news for today. I'll be back for more on Monday. Have a good weekend.